People like to debate about what kind of extraterrestrial life is out there in the universe, if there is any. But let's think outside the box for a moment. What if that our Earth is just an electron in a beyond imagination sized body of some other kind of being? Our sun being like a proton, our whole galaxy being just like an atom with all kinds of electrons and protons swirling around it. And all the galaxies combined, what we consider as the universe, is just the massive amounts of atoms that are inside this, again, just beyond imagination, gigantic body. And the creation of our universe was the creation of this being. Just like we, as humans, had a birth point. You know, at one point we were an embryo, extremely tiny thing. So our universe was. And what if our universe is just like the embryo of whatever that thing is that we're currently living in? And just like how we went from the embryo and we got bigger and bigger, and now there's trillions of different life forms and different particles inside of us. Inside this being, there's trillions of different, stars and planets and stuff. What we recognize as those things, but it recognizes as subatomic particles and other things like that. Just a thought, I like to go way out of the box sometimes and think that perhaps everything is not on our scale. We think, even when we think about aliens, we think about them, having ray guns, being something that we can understand. But we never think that we're just so infinitesimally small that we're not even like on the radar, like an electron or a proton, Like me and you, we can't see electrons and protons in our body, and they're all throughout our body. They're just insignificant. But we don't like to think of ourselves as insignificant in the grand scheme of things. We like to think of ourselves as super important, but perhaps we're not. Perhaps we are, just like that electron. And we're just in this huge, massive body. We're a tiny, 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 tiny speck inside a huge body of some other being. You never know.